am Jazzie Carrington, and this is my show, What's Hot with Jazzie. I am introducing you to some of the hottest, most innovative people around the nation. And not only are they my special guests, but they are also my special guest co-hosts. And we will be discussing some of the hottest topics in the headlines. So let's get started with What's Hot with Jazzie. Thank you for tuning in to What's Hot with Jazzie. I'm your host, Jazzie Carrington, and my guest today literally toots to the beats of his own drums. He has recently been on an international tour, and he just decided to come on by What's Hot with Jazzie and sit down with me for a little bit. He is the phenomenal, talented drummer, musician, Mr. Evrick Lee.
How y'all doing? She hyping it.
That's right.
I appreciate you.
Man, you deserve it.
Thank
you. You are so talented. And I have to say, what people don't know, I actually have had the pleasure of working with this fabulous, talented young man.
He has. How many years ago?
Oh my God. It's been like since 2009. Or was it? No.
Yeah, it was
2012, I think.
Yeah, about 11, 12. Maybe.
Yeah. That's been a minute.
Oh, man.
I know, right?
We had fun, though.
We had a great time. Well, Evrick, man, you've had a lot going on.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it. So you've literally been out of the country for months.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You've been on an international tour. Mm-hmm. So playing the drums, which, oh my God, I think you're probably one of the most talented drummers I've had the pleasure of working with and hearing in the industry. So tell us a little bit about what's been going on with your tour.
It's been nice. It's been a long 4.5 months.
Wow.
Yeah, 4.5 months. I was actually doing a residency with the BB King's All-Star Band.
I love it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love it. So how did we come to get this gig?
Actually, I was with this corporation like in 2015, and I actually stopped with them to pursue other things within the music, within my career, and just like June of 22, my brother, he had a phone call, and we actually got a chance to form the band out of North Carolina.
I love it.
They're out of Memphis. So
I love it. How wonderful. Well, I know you've been like behind those drums for a very long time.
Very long time.
You started very early in life. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, wow. Well, for me, I started playing when I was like 3 years old.
I knew it. Yeah. I knew it was around about 3.
Yeah, playing in church. Beating my grandma pots and pans, the typical country boy story.
Wow.
Staying with grandma always got me in church. And, once I actually got old enough to, I wasn't old enough to actually go into any clubs or venues like that. But I say probably maybe like age of 16, I started actually going into like these venues and clubs and stuff. Not any drinking or anything like that, but just to listen to the music. I had older OGs that used to look out for me, so they'll sneak me in. I'll sit behind them, or whatever the case is. The owners know me, they cool, whatever. And I just grew from there, looking at a lot of OGs that came around the area.
Wow. Well, you've been a busy boy because you've also worked with some very talented national artists as well, played for. Definitely. One being, I know you were talking about that you're working with an artist actually right now. Yeah,
definitely. His name is Royal.
He's really talented.
Yeah.
He's a bad boy.
He's really dope. He's out of Delaware, but he's actually signed with OBO, which is Drake's camp right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so just really been clocking in time with him, just seeing what his next moves are going to be. You just make sure you sharpen your skills and
well, Every time when I see your photos, you're behind all these drums.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, do you play every one of those drums?
Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely. It looks, I mean, some people say it looks very intimidating, but with me, I know exactly what I'm using it for. You know?
Right.
There's a tool for everything. In every song, every artist, they have a sound they're looking for. And within the music, there's different tools that I need that, you know, I might not have a track for. You know what I mean? That's in the backing track. So I'm actually trying to produce a sound, you know, within my office of what's going on in the music.
I love it. And you know, one thing I do know about you, you are a very serious musician.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have a goofy side, but you know, when I'm on stage, I definitely try to, you know, hone into it.
Yeah.
You know, still have fun, but have that seriousness as well.
Well, I tell you, but you know what I love about you is, and I've never seen this with someone playing the drums, you are so smooth. You got swag on them drums.
I think everyone has their, you know, their thing, their it factor, what sells on stage. And you know, first of all, I'm not like a hype individual. You know, I'm not a person to necessarily like the spotlight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing this with Jazzie right now. So this is, you know, man, I love it though. I love it. I love my job, and you know, I'm just at that time just focused. I think it's just the meaning of being focused on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
You know, what a lot of people don't know, too, is this young man is very special to me because I was actually best friends with his dad in school from like kindergarten to high school. Unfortunately, we lost him in 1995, and at the time, you were a little baby.
Yeah, I was 6 or 7.
Yeah, but his dad was so talented.
Oh yeah.
And I always tell him this story. The first time I ever saw your dad was he was on stage. There was an event at school. I think we were in like first grade, and he was singing the Candyman. He was like a little Michael Jackson. I loved it. I fell in love with him at 5 years old.
That sounds way too familiar.
I love it. And he was your dad saying, your dad was so talented. And what I am just warms my heart if he knew you were sitting here with me right now.
Definitely.
And that, you know, that you're doing music and what he loved. Because he loved music.
Everyone that I run into, they literally, that's one of the first things they say. They be like, man, if you ain't Eddie's son, you just like Eddie. You look like him, you talk like him, you smile like him, you play drums like him. I'm like, hey, I didn't know my dad was all that.
He was.
Reincarnated up, I guess.
He was. And I know he is so proud because I know he's looking down on us.
Sure.
And I know he's very proud. And I'm so proud of you. Well, I want also to talk about you know, here on What's Hot with Jazzie.
Cool.
We touch on some things that are hot in the headlines right now.
Okay.
And
you might gotta fill me in on some of those.
I know.
I've been MIA,
but look, I know you haven't even been in the country, so you may not even know. Well, this story you probably know. Unfortunately, we just found out that we lost a light DJ Stephen Boss Twitch from the Ellen Show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he took his own life, is allegedly what has been said.
Yeah,
and 40 years old, beautiful family. He leaves behind 3 children and his beautiful wife. And I just thought that just was heartfelt. But what I just wanted to say real quick is I think sometimes we think because people are have a public platform and they have, you know, they seem to be living so, you know, especially on Instagram, everybody has a great life on Instagram.
It's Instagram.
Yeah, it's Instagram. Everybody has a great life. Nobody has a bad day. No worries. You know what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes we have to remember we still need to check on each other.
Exactly.
And just really still check in and be consistent.
Yeah, definitely.
Be consistent. I think a lot of times we're just not consistent. And I know things, we all get tied up, but we need to have consistency in each other's lives because we really do need each other. But I did want to touch on that quickly. So, my condolences to his family, and he will be missed.
Definitely. A stamp in the community.
Yes, absolutely. Well, now my next story, we get back to the music.
Okay.
My girl, I don't even know why we ain't talking about this. Sade.
Oh, what's up with Sade?
Sade is...
That's my baby.
Yes!
I love Sade.
Yes!
Wait, ain't you got an album or something? What is it?
She working on a new album.
That's what it is.
Yes. Yes, my girl Sade.
Oh my God.
You know Sade, it don't get no better.
I'm about to see so many dim lights and incense.
I know, right?
It's about to be there. Oh, the comeback.
I know, for real. But you know what? The thing about Sade, even listening to her music, this is what's so funny is you could go through, your heart could be ripped out of your chest. But you dim them lights, you turn on a Sade CD, and you crying, you just toe up. It's like, it's Sade though, it's making me feel better.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like in the industry now, even within the early 2000s, you didn't really hear too much about her and artists like her because of the change in the music. But I feel like it's needed. Everything going on. It's just crazy. It's just an artist like her with that platform and that sound, bringing those type of vibrations into your living room is going to be needed. Definitely.
You know what?
She has vibrational music.
I love that. She has vibrational music. Yeah. It's something about her music that just takes you to a whole nother level.
Yeah, definitely.
And she is the only artist, and I don't know if you've ever seen her perform, but she's the only artist I've ever seen that can stand on stage looking absolutely stunning
all the time,
doing nothing but this.
Yeah.
And sing. And she's got one of the baddest bands.
Oh, yeah.
And you could just be like, it's everything.
Yeah. Everything.
Everything.
No matter what you got going on, you just look at her. Just look at her.
Yes. It's so true. You just look at her and it's like, girl.
Yeah.
Like, I want some of that magic.
Yeah. She knows exactly what energy she holds. And, with music, there is an energy. You feel... Some music makes you feel like, I want to go out and party tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some music be like, you know what? Let me call my boo up. Let me see what he or she got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like...
A boo?
Yeah.
What's that? I feel you. But the thing about it, I was so excited when I heard that. And it's like it just kind of flashed on social media. Sade's making a new album, and then that was the end of it.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
Yeah, no one made a big fuss about it.
Yeah.
But it's a generational thing. Because the now generation is not going to necessarily understand it. But when she drops it, I guarantee there's going to be people sampling the hell out of her music.
I believe that.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I believe that. Because I don't care what generation you are from. When you sit down and listen to a Sade record, you hooked.
Definitely.
You are hooked.
Definitely.
So my girl, Sade girl, I'm with it, girl. I'm waiting, girl.
She always used to come on, what was it? The Quiet Storm.
Yes. Back in the day. But did you hear when Marsha Ambrosia did the version of Love is Stronger Than Pride? I think she did. I think she did a remake on that.
Okay.
And she actually really did a really nice job.
Marsha Ambrosia, she's really
dope.
She's so dope.
I love her too.
I like Floetry, but her as an artist, like she's definitely she's hitting on the 100 for real. I had a chance to actually chill with her. Well, actually Floetry when they came to DPAC some years ago.
Wow.
Down to earth, super down to earth.
Yeah, she seems like a very cool girl, and she's so talented.
Yeah.
And I thought they was talented as a collective, but I also thought even separate they were still very talented.
Very much so.
Very much so. But, but I'm looking for that Sade record, boo. I'm ready. Well, the next thing, speaking of artists, okay. Y'all gonna get me. Y'all gonna get me.
That's all right. Get both of them. Get both of them. It's all right.
For real. Cause they might get me on this. But okay, there's two sides to this. It's gonna be a positive and a negative. Okay?
All right.
Okay, so I don't know if you've heard, but supposedly the Grammys next year has asked, wait for it, Jennifer Lopez to do the Whitney Houston tribute. Wait for it. I ain't finished. Wait for it.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about.
Okay. Hold that thought. It gets better. It gets better. So, she says, allegedly, in an interview, that she would love to do the Whitney Houston tribute because they have the same vocal range. Allegedly, this is what she said. Okay, so let me get this positive side.
I gotta think about that one.
That's what they
That's what I gotta think about.
Okay, so on the positive side, I like Jennifer Lopez as an entertainer.
Definitely.
I am a Jennifer Lopez fan. I really am. I think her work ethic is phenomenal.
Yeah, she's definitely legendary.
She even has songs that I do like for her voice.
For sure.
Okay. And so that's my stand on the positive side.
Okay.
Negative side. If you, I hope, is not that delusional to think that you and Whitney Houston have the same vocal range. Whitney Houston had a 10-octave vocal range. You don't even come close, even half of a 10 octaves.
You know how big of a stretch that is on the keys?
Thank you.
That's a stretch.
That's a big stretch.
Whew.
There are some of the baddest vocalists in the game that still can't touch Whitney Houston's vocal range.
At all.
They can sing a Whitney Houston song because we've heard Jennifer Hudson tear up when Whitney was alive and she did the I'll Always Love You. Beautiful, but it still won't Whitney.
It's not Whitney.
The only person who has come close was Deborah Cox. The only one. That's who
Deborah.
You need to be doing the tribute. She played her in The Bodyguard on Broadway.
Yeah, she did.
Why are you asking Jennifer Lopez? They are not even in the same league vocally. Who is filling this woman's head with that she can sing Whitney Houston?
Oh man, that's a tough one because it's like you don't want to. It's the industry, so it doesn't. It goes either black or white. It doesn't matter. Not as far as race, but just the caption of. Oh man, that's hard.
Here's my thing. I think we need to quit lying to people. I think we've become too much in this cancel culture, and people are afraid to tell the truth.
Now, if she was to do something like, and this, this isn't a race thing or nothing, but if she was to do something like a Selena tribute, I think.
Yeah, like a Selena tribute. I can see that because she played her in the movie.
Exactly.
And I think Selena's songs, she could probably pull it off.
But Whitney?
Whitney, you literally have to stand and really know how to vocally go down in your gut.
Like I said, if you don't have, like you said, Deborah Cox or
Jennifer Hudson.
I'll even say Fantasia.
I'll even say Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera. Yeah. If you're going to do a Latino woman, Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Lopez,
nah, that doesn't mix.
It don't mix. And I'm going to tell you another thing. When I say people need to stop lying to people, there used to be a time back in the day in the music business, they were brutally honest with you.
Yeah.
They didn't lie to you. If you didn't have it, they told you, you don't have it. Sorry.
Right.
No disrespect. You ain't got it. If your voice wasn't what they know.
Yeah.
Remember when American Idol first came on the scene?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody hated Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
Except me.
I didn't hate him. I knew exactly what
Because
he was
I
doing.
knew. You remember when they would have some of the auditions or when they would work with some of the people on the songs to showcase the ones who would make it.
Right.
And they would, do the cover songs.
Right.
And I remember many of times Simon saying to one of the contestants performing, "You have a good voice, but not for that song."
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He would say, "You need a song that fits your voice."
Yeah, know your place.
Know your place. Mm-hmm. Read the room, J-Lo.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Know your place.
No. It's not going to work. I love her. I do. No shade. I think she's a great entertainer. That Super Bowl performance with her and Shakira was one of the best Super Bowls I had ever halftime performances. One of the absolute best. Phenomenal job. But there are some things, you can't do everything.
Right, exactly.
You can't let
especially someone that's not with us anymore. You have to leave them with the right message.
But then too, all these beautiful African American women who have strong, beautiful voices, who are just as big as Jennifer Lopez, who's just as big, why are they not being approached to do the tribute?
That's kind of it's not a touchy subject, but it's more so like...
It's kind of like I couldn't understand why they had her do the Motown tribute.
So with me, I think it has just a lot to do with the culture, you know what I mean? And giving other cultures maybe like the opportunity to show like, hey, we rock with the black arts. You know what I mean? I might be wrong, but that's how I look at it.
But so I understand that with the other cultures, but there are still even girls in the other culture that could still do a Whitney song.
But with Whitney, that's hard.
But Whitney's hard.
That's just a hard one.
That's a hard one. She said she could sing "I Have Nothing."
No.
Do you not know the range you need to have to sing "I Have Nothing" from The Bodyguard?
Oh my God! That's
Are you serious? Allegedly, she said that. I don't know if that was the truth.
If you jack that up, I promise you will never hear the end of us. Not me, but us.
And it's funny that you say that because that's where I'm a little nervous because I'm like, are you sure if this is true, that you want to do this because
representation to the black community is everything.
It's everything.
Especially when it comes to our music, black representation is everything. Not even just black, but just representation of what it is for us. You know what I mean? Because at one point, there wasn't a platform for black entertainment. And for someone like Whitney that's gone on now to overcome and to be the legend that she has became, even through all the, the crazy message she's gone through in her life, with all that to the side, her music speaks volumes by itself.
It speaks volumes.
And you could tell, even with her struggles in life, her music was her outing. You know what I mean? Like, she took it so serious. You could tell, like, God was in everything that she saw.
Yes.
Like, there's not a song, a hum that came out her mouth that was not God given. Yes. And you have to make sure that you're.
I mean, when she started that, always. You can't.
With nothing. It's just dead silence.
With nothing. We did that right there. We did that.
Oh my God.
For real though, you can't. I mean, you just.
Representation is everything.
Representation is
it's not
everything.
taken away from J-Lo and who.
Yeah, she is as an artist.
Yeah, not because she's. I mean, I grew up to J-Lo. We all did. You know
I
what
love J-Lo.
We watched her
With
from
Ja
her
Rule
music to
and all
her.
that.
Yeah, music to acting.
Yeah, I love
her.
her movies. The Wedding Planner is actually one of my favorite movies.
It's funny. I love it.
I love that movie with Matthew McConaughey. I love that movie. I'm just saying that let's not be under a delusional rock.
Right.
Let's stop gaslighting people.
No, that's real.
And making people think that, because you want to do it or because that's what's in your head that you can do it. Everybody, I mean,
but
trust
also
me.
like that check too. If they
That
offer,
check,
if they offer me, you offer me a check, I'm gonna act delusional too.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
I can sing.
I can sing the hell out of Whitney Houston. What you talking about? You better check yourself.
Yeah, they don't tell her how many commas they put, how many zeros they put behind that check. You
That's
never
what
know.
I'm saying.
You know, and with the art, you know, that touches another thing too. Like, don't let $1 dictate your your comfortability and your gift. You know what I mean? If you know you're not ready for it, don't take it right now because that's not the first time you will see it. You know what I mean?
I completely agree, and I know this has been. I think they just had the AMAs, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I know this happened maybe a couple of weeks or so ago.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, and originally they were supposed to have Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Do the tribute to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
They effed that up.
That was honestly that was a
and they took it back.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Chris got him back though. Do you know what Chris did?
No, what happened?
Chris did the tribute on Instagram and got more views than the AMAs on the same night.
See? And the thing is, you can't hide greatness, man.
You can't hide greatness.
Oh,
you
man.
could Chris Brown, know he was gonna tear that up, and he did, because I saw what he did on Instagram, and he did tear it up.
Crazy, like, cause wasn't it something where it was like they took it back because the old allegations with him and Rihanna or something like that?
Yes, but they were saying allegedly, or from what I hear, I don't know if this is true, but supposedly someone said that to me. This is how someone put it to me, was that why would you have a domestic violence offender doing a tribute for a pedophile, allegedly? But here's the thing, he was never convicted of that.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
So you can't call somebody something they weren't convicted of.
Right. I was saying Michael wasn't convicted of that, right?
Right. So it was just, to me, it made absolutely no sense. And not to mention the thing with Rihanna.
Yeah.
That was, God.
10 years maybe.
Plus ago.
Plus, yeah. They was teenagers. And
they were kids.
The thing is, you can't.
And it doesn't make it right. Please.
No.
We're not saying it's okay, because nobody should be putting their hands on anyone.
At all. By far.
By far. And we do not condone domestic violence at all. But what I'm saying is that, he's moved on.
Has done great things.
Oh my God, so great. And he's even looking fantastic. Yeah. He's looking healthy again. Mm-hmm. He's looking really good. He's performing and singing better than ever. Have you heard his Christmas album?
No, I haven't heard the Christmas album, but I've heard
that new couple of songs.
Yeah.
But I think it's a whole album, right? But I know I've heard 2 songs that I love.
The thing about artists with that's like Chris Brown and other artists that are facing things like that within their career is, first of all, Chris was young when all that happened. Mm-hmm. When you have all this money and the attention towards you, and you're not dating in a pool of regular people, individuals anymore. You know what I mean? You're in a different level of dating, and just your circle has changed up. And, the pressures are different. You know what I mean? But you're still, you're still a human and you're still growing. You're still figuring out yourself. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure he actually came with a whole documentary to show how much. Yes, to show how much he apologized. Like that's his mental state of mind. Like this was years ago when the whole thing with Rihanna happened. This documentary probably dropped. I don't know. I don't want to say probably like a year later, if that. But I mean, you could tell between that time frame up until 22, which is now going into 23, his mental is so far fetched from what it was.
Yeah.
When he was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, and if we as adults and us as entertainers want to continue to hold greats like himself, because honestly speaking, black and white, Chris Brown's a legend.
Chris Brown.
At the age he's at, Chris is a legend.
He really is.
And he's the closest thing to Michael Jackson
that we will ever come to.
This generation does not know Michael Jackson.
Does not know at all.
So honestly, the industry took something away from the viewers who are still Chris Brown fans to this day.
Yeah.
How you and even myself when I was younger, like, had a chance to experience Michael Jackson in his prime.
Right. Well, honey, I had the Thriller album, honey. I remember when I first saw Thriller, the video, it was the best. So me and my brother, my next to the oldest brother at the time, God bless his soul, we were teenagers, and then my cousins, and we all went to this skating rink. And do you know, they did almost like you skated for a while, for a few hours, and then they said they shut everything. They're like, okay, it's time to see the Michael Jackson video Thriller.
Wow.
Everyone came that night because they knew it was packed that night because we knew we were going to see. I was 15. Wow. No, I was 14 because Thriller came out in 84.
Okay.
So, we sat there, and when they started that video, when I tell you what, first I was scared out of my mind because it was scary to me in the beginning, you know, when he's walking.
With
that type, it was a little bit more than we were used to. And then they started the video, and when I tell you, I was mesmerized. I had never seen an artist perform at that level. Yeah. And that's when I knew. I said, we will never see this man the same. We knew Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, the little kid. But when I saw that, I was like, Michael is a grown man on a whole nother level.
That was like right before all the changes.
That was right before all the change. That was when he came out with the Thriller album, which was one of... Thriller and Purple Rain will forever be the best albums in the history of life.
Yes, definitely.
In the history of life.
If you can get either one of those, or rather both of them, on, it don't even matter, download, CD, vinyl. I say vinyl. If you get vinyl.
Yes.
Oh, man.
And you know what's so crazy is we spent Thanksgiving with my son and my daughter-in-law at their house. This Thanksgiving, and ironically, we were all playing cards and we were listening to Michael Jackson. We were listening to all those songs, and my son is like, and my daughter-in-law, they're like 25.
Yeah.
And they were just like, and I was like, wow, you know, I grew up with this. I remember when this album came out, and my kids are now like, Michael Jackson. Yeah. And it's just like over 30-something years old.
Yeah.
It 40 years old? Even older than that.
Yeah, that album?
Yeah.
The Thriller, just about.
Yeah.
40 years old.
Yeah, it's about 40 years old. So it was just disheartening to me that they took that way, because I knew Chris Brown really has a heart for Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And definitely. I just thought, you know, that was kind of sad to take that away from him. But I love the way he handled it. And he just continues to move on. Yeah. We love you, Chris.
Definitely.
And
Definitely,
we're
Chris.
so glad. And we're just glad he's doing well and that he's looking good. And he seems to just be continuous. You could tell he has matured.
A lot, man.
And so that is, hey, you know, what can you say? But Evrick, back to you.
I'm having fun talking about everybody else.
I'm loving this. I'm just so happy you're here. But So, what is next on the agenda for Evrick Lee? Will you be going back out on tour?
Yes, I will. I actually leave Valentine's Day.
Wow, so you're only here like for a little, pretty much through the holidays.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, headed back out. I actually will be hitting Europe.
Wow. So where are you guys going to be going in Europe?
Maybe a couple of places. I think I know for sure our first hit is in Amsterdam. That's our first hit.
Oh my God, you know that I want to visit.
Amsterdam is amazing.
I hear it is
Amsterdam.
so amazing. It is so amazing. I love that. So you'll be going back out on tour. I know since you've been home, you've been in great demand. So, we're hoping you get a little bit of rest.
And look, first 2 days, I put my phone do not disturb, and I slept.
Wow.
I slept. I only been on since last Saturday, but I took some time to sleep. I haven't even seen my parents.
What?
No, I haven't seen
Boy,
my
you're
parents.
not going to see your parents.
I'll call them. They know I'm home. I talk to my mom. As soon as I landed, she's happy to hear from me. My sister, she'll be home for the holiday. She lives in Memphis now.
Oh, wow.
So she'll be home. So I think I miss Thanksgiving. So
well, you'll be home for Christmas.
Right.
Well, it is the holidays, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And thank you so much for joining me on What's Hot with Jazzie.
I'm happy you called me.
Oh,
This made my day.
Yeah, this made my whole year. Into next year.
I'm going through rehearsals. I'm just checking my phone Alright, you call it right quick.
Well, you are so phenomenal, and you're such a phenomenal drummer. I mean, one of the absolute best. That is no joke, guys. No joke. And I had to have you come on the show because this is what What's Hot with Jazzie is about. It's about phenomenal people like you.
Thank you.
And a little bit of gossip and hot topics. And thank you so much, guys, for watching another fantastic episode of What's Hot with Jazzie. Yes, and also make sure to join me New Year's Day. I have my special guest. He's back again. You know your favorite celebrity hairstylist, Darius King. We will be counting down. Yes, we will be counting down all of the top 10 hot topics of 2022. So you don't want to miss that. Thank you again for watching. And until next time, I'm Jazzie Carrington, and I'm out.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas!